We're making sense of the stock market to help you make smarter choices because knowing where to place your bets is all part of the game.
Plus, we'll tell you how much you should tip the next time you're at a restaurant, a hotel, or the spa.
We've all come to rely on using our credit and debit cards when shopping. We're crusading to figure out if stores can set minimum purchase limits or charge you a fee if you want to purchase something with your card.
And free is our favorite word, so stick around as all 5 of us challenge each other to see who can get her hands on the most free stuff that you can get too.
Cash used to be king. Now more and more people are using credit and debit cards instead to pay for everything from gas to groceries, so some merchants have started imposing minimum purchase amounts or even fees when you use your cards. Sandra and Robin are on a crusade to see how stores react when they try to make a small credit card purchase.
Hi there.
57 cents, please.
Put it on my credit card.
We don't take debit or credit under $5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, most of the store around here, they charge you extra.
Can they actually do that? Time to bring in the experts. We'll talk to the president of the National Consumers Association.
Is a store allowed to say you have to spend a certain amount in order to use a credit card?
No, they're not. But by the same token, some stores do exactly that. If you run into that, my advice is if you can't negotiate your way around it, go somewhere else.
We'll have more on what merchants can and cannot do later in the show. It's often referred to as playing the stock market, but like any game, knowing the rules and being a skilled player doesn't guarantee a win, but it can shift the odds in your favor. Friends for 15 years, Darlene and Haley are interested in investing in the stock market, but they're a bit apprehensive.
Oh, when I hear the word stocks, I get a little pit in the bottom of my stomach. I guess I just don't have the knowledge base to feel comfortable doing that.
I wish I knew more right now. I think there's all kinds of opportunities.
So Katie and Angela are going to help them with a game plan.
Why now do both of you want to invest in the stock market?
I guess it's because I have a little bit of disposable income right now, and so many people are telling us, you know, that this is the time to buy, this is the time to buy. And I'm terrified of buying.
The first step to alleviating that fear is assessing your risk tolerance, which is basically deciding how much you can afford to lose.
So what would you say on a scale of 1 to 10 your risk tolerance would be, 1 being not very risky?
I'm probably like a 3.
Yeah,
you know,
we're
I'm
probably the
pretty low.
conservative gals.
Yeah.
Us in Vegas probably would be quite boring.
And I'm personally a risk taker when it comes to investment. So what would you say, Haley?
You know, I would guess I'm around 7 or 8.
Risk tolerance should relate to age. Younger investors have more time to recover from losses, even though older investors may have more money to play with. The general rule is decrease risk the closer you get to retirement. Before getting into the stock market, Smart Cookies recommend that you have minimal debt and an emergency fund of anywhere from 3 to 8 months' salary. Then, with about $2,000, you can start to choose your stocks. For help on how to make those selections, Katie is off to talk to an expert, and Angela has devised an investing game.
We have 5 different stock options in front of us, each representing a different option: high risk, medium, and low risk.
We're giving them each $2,000 in chips to invest as they like. We'll see how the low-risk tolerance Darlene fares compared to the riskier investor Haley. They have a choice of 5 stocks: low-risk blue-chip stocks in well-established steady growth companies, medium-risk stocks in conservative, long-established companies like pharmaceuticals, low to medium-risk mutual funds, which are a pool of different stocks in one, or high-risk stocks in energy or technology companies, or in a clothing manufacturer which follows trends. Investment expert Brad Campbell says the big question is, how do you get the right balance between safe bets and long shots?
It's the million-dollar question. Where do you find that balance? Because everybody's so different. The important thing in choosing an individual stock, from my perspective, is research.
where do you go to research?
Internet, newspaper reportings, what do you see consumers using? There's a lot of instinct that needs to take place as well.
Instinct, another reason stocks are a gamble. Brad suggests researching and investing in what you know, companies whose products you use and like, or industries you may work in.
Right now, I really don't know anything about the energy sector, so my gut feeling was I didn't really want to go there because it's just too unknown for me at this point.
And I see you both invested in the pharmaceutical company.
My gut was saying, that's a better bet than clothing, just for me with what I know.
When you're ready to buy in, you can use a full-service broker at about $50 per trade, which includes personal help and advice, or an online service for as little as $7, but you'll be on your own. Our rookies have made their choices, so now we'll show them how their stocks could perform based on the history of these sectors over the last year.
Now you can see we've already dispersed all of the chips.
The blue chip stock grew 5% per stock and also paid out $50 per stock in dividends.
Wow,
Oh, okay.
That's great.
Haley and Darlene both chose the low-risk blue chip stock.
You gotta love the dividend.
Exactly.
A dividend is a bonus that's paid out directly to the shareholder. It's kind of like getting a gift basket that says, thanks for investing with us. Your payout can be in the form of more stocks or cold hard cash.
Dividends are common with companies that are slow and steady growers. A little research will show you which stocks give out dividends and when they pay them out.
Some investors pick stocks with dividends because it gives you a little something without having to sell the entire stock. Keep in mind, these payouts are taxed at a higher rate.
Both Haley and Darlene made 10% gains with the medium-risk pharmaceutical company and the low to medium-risk mutual fund. The experts say mutual funds are one of the best ways for novice investors to start. The pool of stocks within the fund are already diversified for you.
Now, the energy company that you bought grew so much that they decided to stock split.
When demand drives a stock's price beyond reach, companies can split their stock to increase the number of shares available for trading. So if you own 50 shares of a company valued at $100 each and the stock is split, you would then own 100 shares at $50 each. You'd still have the same money invested, but twice the number of shares for potential growth. Risk-taker Haley invested in this high-risk stock, but Darlene didn't. They both did choose the high-risk clothing company, Haley investing more than safe bet Darlene, and it dropped drastically by 50%.
If you were to cash out today, Haley, your profits would be $150. Here you go.
Thank you very much.
And Darlene, Ms. Conservative, you earned $200 on your 2000.
So, I beat you by $50. Want to go shopping?
You want to think of stocks as long-term investments. There's no get-rich-quick. And remember, making money in the market isn't entirely like gambling. You do have to pay tax on your investment earnings.
I'm certainly more educated. I'm certainly more aware of what's going on and what stocks are and all the components about that. So I think I will venture into that realm a little bit more.
I agree. I feel that I know more about it. I have more information and I can take matters into my own hands and feel comfortable with what I'm doing.
Still to come, Sandra and Robin are on a crusade against merchants who insist on minimum purchase amounts or charge fees on credit or debit card use. And it's a free-for-all. We hit stores, the internet, restaurants, and more. Find out which of us can get the most free stuff in our cookie challenge. Plus, have we got a tip for you? Ever wonder who to tip and how much? Like, how much should you tip a hotel concierge? That's coming up after the break. How much should you tip a hotel concierge? 0. Unless they help you secure tickets to an event or show, then a $5 to $10 tip is customary. These days, our wallets are full of credit and debit cards instead of cash. But Robin and Sandra have hit some roadblocks trying to use plastic for small purchases.
There's a minimum purchase. I'm not using my card. Really?
The president of the Consumers Association says that's not allowed. He says merchants enter into agreements with the credit card companies and banks that clearly spell out the do's and don'ts.
Can a merchant charge a fee if someone wants to pay with a credit card?
They're not allowed to charge a fee, but that doesn't mean to say that some of them might not try to charge a fee. If someone got caught with this issue, they should immediately phone the company that provided their credit card and report it.
Bruce points out that rules for debit cards are slightly different. Merchants can charge a transaction fee, but they have to make you aware of it first. Now that they know their rights, Sandra and Robin will try to make a small credit card purchase at another store and see what happens. But first, in many service industries like restaurants and hotels, tipping is customary, but knowing the appropriate amount to give takes the guesswork out of gratuity.
Have you ever been anxious when the bill comes and unsure about how much you should leave?
A little bit. I find, depending on the service or who you're with, definitely.
I think the bill came to something 95 and my husband just left the 5 cents. And when we left, the door of the restaurant flew open and the waiter came and he threw the nickel at us.
It completely depends on the situation. I only tip a waiter if I am out for dinner with a girl and it's just to look good.
So, really?
Yeah, really.
Really, it seems that some people tip to impress while others do so just to be polite. We recommend knowing the accepted protocol, so Katie and Angela are meeting with etiquette expert Kimberly Law.
If it is in a restaurant, yes, it is usually 15%. 10% if it's maybe family restaurants, 10 to 15% I usually recommend for that. Where if you're going for a very formal, elegant dinner, you may be tipping, somewhere between the 15 to 20% range.
And Kimberly adds that you should calculate your tip on the subtotal before taxes. And if you're in a large party, you want to double check before you tip because some restaurants automatically add it on. And if you use a gift card or coupon, tip on the amount before the discount, not the final total of the bill. Although a server's tips are based on a percentage of your bill, for most other staff such as bartenders, coat checks, or valets, $1 to $2 is acceptable. And what about tip jars?
I have so many people asking me that question, and it's so common now because there are tip jars everywhere. It's a nice gesture, but it is not required to leave a tip in that situation.
For takeout food, tipping is optional, but if it's a place you frequent and you consistently get good service, 10% is the norm. Tipping in restaurants is quite commonplace, but how do you know who and how much to tip in beauty-related businesses?
What happens when you're in a situation where multiple people have served you and helped you?
Each technician will have different amounts. Typically for a hairstylist, it'll be 10 to 15%. For a beauty technician, it'll be 15 to 20%. You can either leave the tip in cash for them at their station, or if you just leave, say, a 15% tip for the entire bill, what they will do is they'll distribute it accordingly.
Staying at a hotel presents a variety of tipping situations. It's a smart idea to have small denominations on hand so you don't over-tip. Asking for change is not proper tipping etiquette.
Now for the bellhop who's lugging all of your heavy bags around, $1 to $2 per bag is perfect. Thank you so much. And also, every time they hail you a cab, that's another $1 to $2.
And if you're ordering room service, the going rate for a tip is about 15%. But be sure to check your bill first because sometimes it's added automatically.
Now, if you're going to be leaving a nice thank you for your housekeeping team, $1 to $2 every day of your stay is customary. But you want to make sure that you put it in an envelope and leave it clearly marked for housekeeping.
Now that they know the score, Angela and Katie are hitting the streets again to show you a quick and easy way to calculate a tip.
If we had this receipt for just a pretty casual restaurant,
Okay.
how would you go about processing how you should calculate the tip?
Wow, I use my calculator a lot.
An easy way to figure out a 10% tip is to round up the total before taxes and then move the decimal over one position to the left.
That's a good suggestion.
Or you can use the tax. For example, if the tax is 5%, then just triple that amount to get 15%.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea, actually.
Coming up, will Robin and Sandra's powers of negotiation pay off when they fight fees and minimum purchase limits on credit cards?
And I really think he was about to kick us out.
And our favorite four-letter word is free. The cookies find you loads of free stuff in our cookie challenge. Plus, how much should you tip a pizza delivery driver? Find out when we come back. How much should you tip a pizza delivery driver? 10% should do it, but add $1 or $2 more if they were extra fast. We've all found ourselves short of cash, but have you ever been told there's a minimum purchase amount or fee for using your credit card instead? Robin and Sandra spoke to a consumer affairs expert who says this practice is not allowed, so we're on a crusade to see what happens when we stand up for our rights.
The orange, please.
I'm charged 20 cents.
There's a charge for 20 cents?
Yes, on the $5.
How come? I was under the impression that it's actually not allowed for you to charge, just for someone to use their credit card.
What do you want? You don't want to charge it, I don't sell. No problem.
Sorry, I just don't have anything else on me.
That's all we have.
So I can't buy the orange.
I don't make money.
So you'd rather lose the sale?
Yeah.
No orange for us today, Robin. We tried.
Maybe we can get our orange next door.
So far in our crusade, we found many stores would rather forego our business, even though it violates their credit card agreements, than put through the purchases. We'll try one more store.
75 cents, please. Want to put 75 cents credit card?
On the credit card, yeah.
That's all we have. Sorry.
No problem.
25 cents more there.
Sorry, there's an extra charge for it?
Yeah, 25 cents.
Oh, how come?
$5 minimum.
This company that supplies us with these machines, they charge us for every transaction.
But are you allowed to pass that on to the customer? Will they let you do that?
I think it's over $5, they absorb it. If it's under $5,
You
they
can
make us
export.
pay for
You
it.
don't.
The companies that rent the credit card machines charge anywhere from a few cents to 20 cents per transaction, and it's lower the more transactions that are done. So it's the small shops that might try to pass this on to the consumer, whereas the big stores pay less and make more money, so they don't need to.
That's okay. We do this.
Thank you so much for making
Thanks
the
for
exception
doing it
this
for
time.
Oh well, they made an exception.
It might seem like a long way to go for an orange, but on a crusade against improper business practices, it's the perfect fruit of our labor.
The good news is we did get an orange and we didn't have to pay an extra fee for it, but that was only because they really didn't want to lose our business. As a credit card holder, you have the right to decide where you want to buy things and how much you want to put on your credit card. Merchants do not have the right to dictate those decisions.
So if you're charged a fee and can't get around it, report the store to your credit card company. Up next, find out which of us can get the most stuff for free in our cookie challenge. And should you tip service providers such as babysitters, housekeepers, dog walkers, or personal trainers? That's next. Should you tip service providers such as babysitters, housekeepers, dog walkers, or personal trainers? Only at holiday time, and the standard is 1 session's pay.
It's free!
Smart cookies love free stuff, so we're challenging each other to dig up freebies that you can get too.
Who loves getting stuff for free? Who doesn't?
You guys are gonna love this one. For this challenge, each cookie will find 3 free services or products, and then we'll assign an approximate retail value to see who got the most for free. So we're splitting up and hitting the shops, trying out gyms, visiting restaurants, sampling spas, and checking out websites on the hunt for coupons, promotions, or giveaways. The web is a fantastic resource for finding freebies. On a recycling website, Katie found a free DVD player. Angela found a wine rack on a social networking site, and Andrea found a way to keep her savings in focus.
While you're out sightseeing, have fun taking photos and get free prints at one of many digital services. Just type in free photo prints in your favorite search engine and upload your photos. Look for a service that allows free delivery or allows you to pick them up at a local store.
The web offers everything from free software to phone services and even learning opportunities. All you have to do is type in the word free plus the subject you're looking for into your search engine. Sandra found a free book swap and Robin an online course.
Many colleges and universities offer online classes for free. You may not get credit for taking that class, but if you learn a new language or gain a new skill, you could be eligible for a pay raise at work.
If you're up for a little legwork, free learning opportunities can be found any number of places. Angela stopped at her bank and spent a half hour getting free financial advice. It's also easy to pamper yourself for free. Cosmetic samples are readily available at most department store cosmetic counters just by asking. Katie got free perfume and Andrea free lotion, but Sandra really scored with her free French manicure.
Many spa schools will offer you a discount so that they can get their practice. But the key is to get your timing right so you can actually get services for free. Sign up to be a client during exam time and you won't have to pay a thing.
And from looking good to feeling good, you can even get in shape for free.
Gyms and fitness centers are vying for your business. So in turn, they're giving away free trial classes to get you to come join. This is a great opportunity if you're looking to try a new sport. So phone around and see what's available in your area. But in theory, you could try dancing, kickboxing, even yoga, all for free. Pretty good.
When you're ready to head out for a night on the town, free entertainment can be found if you know where to look. Andrea found a movie pass in the free section of her local paper. And you can even eat for free.
Oh, it's delicious. Thank you. I signed up online to one of my favorite restaurants and received a coupon for a free appetizer. Check the websites of some of your favorite restaurants to see if they have any offers or special promotions that you can take advantage of.
Now it's time to find out which smart cookie gathered the most free stuff and what it's all worth. Andrea found free photo prints, a movie pass, and lotion samples for a total retail value of $54. Sandra got a free manicure, an hour of long-distance service, and 2 books for a retail value of $60. Katie scored a free yoga class, a DVD player, and perfume samples for a total of $115. Robin found a free online course, antivirus software, and directory assistant service for her phone, totaling approximately $140. And Angela enjoyed a free appetizer, picked up a wine rack, and got free financial advice for a combined retail value of $185. The bottom line, with a little research and legwork, you could be living free and easy.
Wow. The money magnet strikes again. Dude,